Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 16, verse number 5. Shaunaka Vacha Kasya Hetu Nijagraha Kalim Digvijaye Nirupaha Nirdeva Chinna Drikshudra Kosau Kamya Padhanat Tatkatyatam Mahabhaga Yadi Krishna Kadashayam. Translation purport by Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Shaunaka Rishi inquired, why did Maharaja Parikshit simply punish him, since he was the lowest of the Shudras, having dressed as a king and having struck a cow with his leg? Please describe all these incidents if they relate to the topics of Lord Krishna. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Shaunaka and the rishis were astonished to hear that the pious Maharaja Parikshit simply punished the culprit and did not kill him. This suggests that a pious king like Maharaja Parikshit should have at once killed an offender who wanted to cheat the public by dressing like a king and at the same time daring to insult the purest of the animals, a cow. The rishis of the age of Kali, the lowest of the Shudras, the rishis in those days, however, could not even imagine that in the advanced days of the age of Kali, the lowest of the Shudras will be elected as the administrators and will open organized slaughterhouses for killing cows. Anyway, although hearing about a Shudra who was a cheat and insulter of a cow was not very interesting to the great rishis, they nevertheless wanted to hear about it to see if the event had any connection with the Lord Krishna. They were simply interested in the topics of Lord Krishna. For anything that is dovetailed with the narration of Lord Krishna is worth hearing. There are many topics in the Bhagavatam about sociology, politics, economics, cultural affairs, etc. But all of them are in relation with Krishna. And therefore, all of them are worth hearing. Krishna is the purifying ingredient in all matters, regardless of what they are. In the mundane world, everything is impure due to its being a product of the three mundane qualities. The purifying agent, however, is Krishna. Thus, in the purport, in the previous chapters, we have discussed about the disciplines of the Lord and how the Pandavas retired timely. When Yudhishthira Maharaj heard about the disciplines of the Lord from Arjuna, he was completely shattered. Then he decided to give up this worldly life, want to go to Himalaya. Then he enthroned his grandson, Parikshit Maharaj, as the emperor of the world and made great grandson of Krishna, Vajranabha, as the king of Mathura. Then he gave up all the royal robes and started proceeding towards north. All his brothers, younger brothers, namely Bhima, Arjuna, Nakula, Sahadeva, they are very obedient to Maharaj Yudhishthira. Therefore, they all followed in the footsteps of their elder brother, Yudhishthira Maharaj. They also gave up everything. They started following Yudhishthira Maharaj. The Pandavas knew the lotus feet of Lord Krishna is the ultimate goal of one's life. Therefore, being completely absorbed in Krishna, the Pandavas became free from all the material contamination and they went back home, back to Godhead. Maharaja Parikshit was the emperor. He was ruling the world. He was following the direction of the Brahmanas. A Kshatriya, a king, must follow the direction of a Brahmana to rule the world. He was very qualified and he was taking care of the citizens nicely. People were very happy during his rule. And he got married to a daughter of Uttara. Uttara was the son of King Virata. Pandavas lived during their 13th year exile. They lived in the Matsya kingdom ruled by King Virata. He got married to a daughter of Uttara. He begot 4 sons. Parikshit Maharaj begot 4 sons. The eldest son was King Janamejaya. Then he performed 3 horse sacrifices under the guidance of Kripacharya. Once he was on a tour to conquer other kings. While he was on the tour, he happened to see Kali Purusha, master of Kali Yuga. He was beating a cow and bull. The moment Maharaja Parikshit saw the innocent animal, the most sacred animal, was hurt by this Kali, immediately got down from his chariot and he at once arrested this Kali. Here, the sages of Naimisharanya were very eager to hear. Why did Parikshit punish Kali? Because he's a low class person. Still, they want to hear. Please describe all the incidents if they are related to the topics of Lord Krishna. Edi Krishna Kadashrayam. The basic principle is called Edi Krishna Kadashrayam. If it is connected to the topics of the Lord, one should hear. The sages of Naimisharanya, they were not interested to hear anything other than Krishna Katha. They were not interested to hear anything other than Krishna Katha. Because the Kali Purusha, the low class person, the 4th class person, what need is there for me to sit and hear about punishing Kali Purusha? No, they are not interested. Provided if it is related to the topics of Krishna, you can explain. Otherwise, we are not interested. The devotees always discuss about anything if the topics are connected to Krishna. If the topics are connected to Krishna, devotees take pleasure in hearing. Otherwise, they are not interested. The devotees are not interested to hear so-called morality, the social culture, ethics. They are not interested. In this world, the so-called morality, immorality are all are one and same. It's just like because the material world is contaminated. The material world is contaminated. It's like a, what is it? Infected. It's infected. When the things are infected, people are about to die. There is no need to instruct a person who is about to die about the morality or immorality. Because anyway he is going to die. What is the use of teaching him about the moral principle? No, they are not interested. They are interested only if things are related to Krishna. In this world, the people have invented many things. Like a philanthropism, socialism, communism, so many things. So many isms they created without Krishna. One may be pious, virtuous, moral, but if he does not know about Krishna, the so-called morality, so-called virtue, it has no value. Simply a decoration on the dead body. Hence, the sages of Naimisharanya, they are not interested to any topics other than the topics related to Lord Krishna. They want to hear. Otherwise, we don't want to hear it. The sages of Naimisharanya, the beginning of the first chapter, headed by Shaunaka Rishi, put forward 6 questions to Suta Goswami. After electing Suta Goswami as a speaker, Shaunaka Rishi asked 6 questions. The first question was, O Sota Goswami, please explain in an easily understandable way what you have ascertained to be the absolute and what is the ultimate goal of life for the people in general. This is the first question. Second question, there are many varieties of scriptures, 4 Vedas, 108 Upanishads, 18 Puranas, Itihasas, Vedanta Sutra. It's very, very difficult to read all the Puranas, Vedas, understand. Because in this age of Kali, people are short-lived, dull-headed, no intelligence, no sharp memory. It's very, very difficult for people in the age of Kali to understand all the Vedas, Upanishad, to come to the conclusion. Since you understood everything, now please select the essence of all the scripture and present it for the good of humanity. This is the second question. Third question, why did Lord Krishna appear as a son of Vasudeva and Devaki? We are eager to hear Lord's pastime. This is the third question. Fourth question, what are the adventurous pastimes that Lord Krishna performed in his Purushavatara? Like Karnada Kashaya Vishnu, Garbhoda Kashaya Vishnu and Shiroda Kashaya Vishnu. This is Purushavatara. What are the pastimes they performed? Fifth question, please describe in detail about the various pastimes of Lord's multi-incarnation called Leelavatara. Like Matsya, Kurma, Vamana, Parashurama, Rama, all are Leelavatara. We want to hear about the pastimes of the Lord in his different incarnations. We are not tired of hearing about the pastimes. Please keep on speaking about the pastimes of the Lord. We relish the pastimes of the Lord every moment. See, the sages of Naimisharanya are constantly absorbed in hearing the pastimes of the Lord. They are never tired. They never felt sleepy. Constant absorption in hearing the pastimes of the Lord. The last question. Since Lord Krishna has departed for his own abode, to whom the religious principles now gone for shelter? These are the 6 questions put forward by the sages of Naimisharanya to the Suta Goswami. After hearing this, Suta Goswami was very pleased. Suta Goswami was very pleased. Then he addressed the sages. Munaya sadhu prishtoham bhavati loka mangalam yadkad Krishna samprishno enatma suprasidati. Suta Goswami said to the sages of Naimisharanya that you asked wonderful question. You asked a wonderful question. Why? Because your question are related to Lord Krishna. Munaya sadhu prishto bhavati loka mangalam yadkrita Krishna samprishna. Because your question are related to Lord Krishna, so it is a real welfare activity. The real welfare activity. What's the real welfare activity? To hear about Krishna, to speak about Krishna. Relevance to the world welfare, hearing about Krishna. Only this sort of questions, enatma suprasidati, only question related to Lord Krishna will satisfy the self, will satisfy the atma, enatma suprasidati. In this world, there are many, many people always busy with the question and answers. Students are busy in school and colleges with the question and answers, asking teacher many questions, teacher would answer. Similarly, businessman is busy with stock market exchange. What is the current price? Where I can invest? Ask question. Busy with this business. And politicians, they are busy with the question and answer in assembly. Press people, busy with asking many questions from the celebrities. So practically everyone is busy with asking question and people are there to answer. Although they keep on asking question, they keep on answering, but none of them are ever satisfied. Why? Because it's not related to Krishna. The satisfaction of the soul can be obtained only by hearing about Krishna, by discussing about Krishna. Otherwise, impossible. Otherwise, it's impossible. No one can be satisfied. For example, Narada Muni. He was a great personality. Vyasadeva. He was author. Very kind to people. He was very anxious. He was very compassionate towards fallen souls in this age of Kali. And he wanted to deliver. Therefore, he simplified the Vedas. Vyasadeva simplified the Vedas. There was only one Veda and he divided into 4. Rig, Yajur, Atharva, Sama. Then later, he compiled the Upanishads, then Vedanta Sutra, then Puranas, then Mahabharata. In spite of doing all the work, Vyasadeva, in spite of doing all the work, still he was not satisfied. He was feeling vacuum in his heart. Although he was great personality, empowered personality, did all the welfare activity for people in the age of Kali, nevertheless was not satisfied. Why? Because he did not describe the spotless glories of the Lord in his various literature. In his various literature, he did not describe the glories of the Lord. Although he was an author, Vyasadeva he was compiler of Vedanta Sutra, yet he was troubled. The author himself is not happy after compiling Vedas, Upanishads, Puranas. Then what to speak of one who read Vedas, one who read Upanishad, Vedanta Sutra? They cannot be happy. Author himself is not happy. Then what to speak of one who hears Vedanta Sutra or speak on Vedanta Sutra? He cannot be happy. Therefore, Narada Muni, because he was very much disturbed at heart, he was feeling vacuum, dissatisfied. When Narada Muni arrived, at that time he asked, "Oh, my dear Narada, what is the reason for my dissatisfaction? Why I am feeling vacuum in my heart, in spite of doing all the welfare work?" At that time, Narada Muni blasted Vyasadeva. "You did not describe the spotless glories of the Lord in your Vedic literature. Because that Brahma Sutra only talks about Brahman, absolute Brahman, without any attributes of the absolute truth. There is no glories of the Lord in the Vedanta Sutra. Therefore, it cannot satisfy the jiva." Therefore, Narada Muni says to Vyasadeva, any literature, if it does not glorify the transcendental sense of the Lord, or considered by purified man to be a place of pilgrimage for crows. The saintly people do not derive any pleasure in that one. Whatever literature we read, the literature if it does not glorify the Lord's pastimes, if it does not satisfy Lord, then the literature is nothing but garbage. Garbage is meant for crows. In other words, if somebody is interested in any literature where the description of Lord is not glorified, the person who reads is no better than a crow. On the other hand, of course, this by reading Vedas, Upanishad, Puranas, one can neither achieve happiness nor liberation. By reading Vedas, Upanishad, Puranas, one can neither achieve happiness nor liberation, because Vyasadeva himself, the compiler of all the Vedas, Puranas, still he was not happy. Then where is the question of one get happiness by reading Vedas? No. Therefore, Narada Muni says, Tadvag Visargo Janataga Viplavo Yasmin Pradeshlogam Abadavadepi Namani Anantasya Eshonkitaniyan Shrinvanti Gayanti Gananti Sadhava. On the other hand, the literature that consists of full of glorification of Lord's pastimes, name, form, which brings about a revolution in the life of impious people. Such kind of literature, even if it is imperfectly composed with full of grammatical mistake, or recited, or heard, or sung, or accepted by a man who are thoroughly honest. If our desire is to glorify the Lord, our purpose of speech is glorify the Lord, even when we speak full of grammatical mistake, no proper word choice, people may not use proper word choice because the speaker, professional speakers will use proper word when he speaks. Choice words. His speech will be decorated with full of ornamental words. But a person, when he glorifies Lord Krishna, his object is to glorify Lord Krishna. When he glorifies, he may not use proper words because he may not know. And he speaks with full of grammatical mistakes. Still, it's accepted by a person who is thoroughly honest. Who is thoroughly honest. So therefore, we need not worry that I do not know much about Krishna. Doesn't matter. Whatever one knows, he can speak. Whatever one hears, he can repeat. That's all. Irrespective of whether we know the language or not. Because honest person will accept such kind of preaching. We can see in this world practically many people, although one may be rich, very opulent, very powerful, very intelligent, still he feels vacuum in his heart. When you go for preaching, Prabhuji, Swamiji, I've got everything, good wife, children, house, job, everything. Still, I'm not very happy. Why? Because if anyone is not connected to the Lord, he cannot be happy. Anyone who is not connected to Krishna, he can never be happy. Therefore, even we can say Vyasadeva himself is not happy. Therefore, Krishna comes to this world out of his costless mercy to demonstrate his transcendental pastimes to attract all the jivas towards him. Anugraya bhaktana manasham deyam asida bhajate tadrisha krida yeshutva tat paro bhavet. When Krishna comes to this world as a human being, he performs wonderful pastimes to attract all the people towards him so that they can dedicate their life to Krishna, they become purified and go back home, back to Godhead. Krishna comes to this world out of his costless mercy to perform his transcendental pastimes to please his unalloyed devotees, to take them back home, back to Godhead. Krishna is not only attractive in his personal features, but is attractive in all his transcendental activities. Therefore, he comes and performs pastimes. Anyone happens to hear the glories of the Lord, immediately get attracted to Krishna and become purified and become qualified to go back home, back to Godhead. When Krishna was performing pastimes in Vrindavana, all the jivas, gopis, and the elderly people of Vrindavan, all of them were happy. All of them were enjoying the transcendental bliss when Krishna was performing his pastimes. Not only human beings, even animals, monkeys, cows, calves, deers, trees, every jiva was completely absorbed in the transcendental pastimes of the Lord. Everyone was satisfied. Everyone was happy. The gopis and gopas, they knew nothing but Krishna. They knew nothing but Krishna. They don't want anything. Fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness. When Krishna performed his pastimes, he attracted all the jivas, including animals, birds, trees, water. Krishna attracted. Krishna says to Uddhava, one who has fixed his consciousness upon me, he does not even desire the abode of Lord Brahma, nor he become the master of the Brahma Loka, or he wants to go to heavenly planet, or all kinds of mystic power. He does not want even liberation. Such a person desires me alone. If one has fixed his consciousness upon me, he does not want to become even Brahma. What to speak of Indra, Chandra, all. He wants me alone. He does not want even liberation. He wants me alone. This is how one can achieve Krishna, by rendering unalloyed devotional service. Krishna is very attractive. Krishna is very attractive. But Krishna is attracted by a pure devotional service rendered by devotees. Take for example, Kolavacha Sridhara. Kolavacha Sridhara was a devotee of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was very, very poor Brahmana. He was doing a business of selling donnas. He would make donnas and would sell. And he would get 1 rupee every day. He would get 1 rupee profit. With this 1 rupee, he would spend 50 paisa for worshipping Mother Ganges. And remaining 50 paisa, he would use it for maintaining his life. He would use only 50 paisa to take care of his personal need. With 1 rupee, 50% is for worshipping Mother Ganges, 50% is for maintaining his life. He was such a poverty-stricken. He didn't have any house. Only 4 wall, plus with roof filled with a lot of holes. There is a rain, all the water will come inside. And he didn't have any vessels to cook. He had only 1 iron pot. With this pot, he would bring water. He would drink, take bath, cook, everything in 1 pot. Such a poverty-stricken person. But he conquered Lord Krishna. How? By his unalloyed devotional service. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to Kolavacha Sridhara, he was very much pleased. And he asked, "My dear Sridhara, I want water." He was very hesitant to give water because he didn't have any vessel, proper vessel, glass. He had an iron pot. How we can give water in iron pot? It's not meant for the Lord. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu forcibly took and drank. "Today I drank nectar." Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started saying, "I drank nectar." Why? That is not water. Because pure devotee is giving. Then he asked, "My dear Sridhara, I am very much pleased with your devotional service. Take any benediction you want." "My dear Lord, I am happy with whatever you have given. I don't require anything. I am perfectly happy. Still you want to give me any benediction? Let me fix my mind upon the Lord always. Let my devotion be always with you. I want to fix my mind upon you always." Lord Chaitanya said, "See, you don't have any house. You see that there are a lot of holes there. There is no vessels. Should take some benediction. My dear Lord, you see the birds are there. They don't have any residence. They don't have any house. At least I've got 4 walls, and there's some roof, and some holes are there. But for the birds, they don't have anything. Still they are happy. I don't want anything." You see the exalted quality of Sridhara. Although he was earning 1 rupee, he would spend 50 paisa for worshipping Mother Ganges and 50 paisa to maintain his life. Still, he could conquer Krishna by his unalloyed love. Lord cannot be conquered by our wealth, our intelligence, or by our scholarship, or by our charity. Lord can be conquered by unalloyed devotional service. It is said, "Praner artha diya vacha." Kolavacha Sridhara is a best example. One can serve Krishna however he may be. He is the poorest of poor. Nevertheless, he could serve Lord Krishna. So it is said, "Praner artha diya vacha." First, one should dedicate his life to Krishna. Prana. One should give one's prana to serve the Lord. If one cannot give his prana, his life to serve the Lord, then artha, wealth. One should give whatever amount he has got to serve the Lord. If he cannot give prana and he doesn't have money, no artha, he doesn't have money, still he can serve Lord. How? Diya. Diya means intelligence. Whatever ability, whatever talents that one has, should use his ability, talent in serving Lord Krishna. Okay, he doesn't have any talent. He cannot sacrifice his life for serving. He doesn't have wealth. He doesn't have intelligence. At least tongue is there. One can use the tongue to chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and tell others chant Hare Krishna. At least this much he can do. One can chant and one can ask others to chant. Even if he doesn't have intelligence, even if he doesn't have money, even if he cannot sacrifice his life. So in any way one can serve the Lord. Sometimes people, they keep all the wealth and they want only vacha. They want to serve Lord. Artha is there for wife, children, for everyone. They go to Vrindavan to chant, take chanting beat to chant Hare Krishna mantra. Krishna says vacha, artha for my wife and children, vacha for Krishna. So Krishna says first you give your artha, then vacha. Whatever is there, first you give. Then next is vacha. Otherwise, keep artha for family members, only vacha, Krishna, we cannot cheat Krishna. Krishna also will cheat us. Still, he is chanting, he is getting benefit. But one should give whatever one has got to serve Lord Krishna. Etamam prapatyente tam sadeva bhajamayam. As you surrender, I reward accordingly. So whatever ability, whatever wealth one has got, if he uses in the service of a Lord, Krishna also gives to such a person because he rewards according to one's surrender. According to one's surrender, Krishna awards. Once Narada Muni was narrating or explaining the glories of Lord Krishna to Yudhishthira Maharaj. During the Rajasuya sacrifice, after Shishupala was killed, Yudhishthira Maharaj was asking many things. Narada Muni was answering. At that time, Narada Muni started glorifying Lord Krishna's activities and said to Yudhishthira Maharaj, my dear Yudhishthira, you Pandavas are extremely fortunate because Lord Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Still, he lives in your house as a normal human being. Although Lord Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead, nevertheless, he lives with you as a normal human being. His most dear friend, your dear friend, and intimately related to you, is your constant well-wisher. Although he is worshipable by all the jivas, all the personalities, all the devas, nevertheless, he acts as your servant. Krishna acted as a servant of Pandavas. Many times, Krishna would watch during the battlefield, during there was Mahabharata wars, Krishna would watch Pandavas like a watchman when they were taking rest in the camp so that they were not troubled. He acted like a watchman. And he went as a messenger. He acted like a servant to Arjuna. Arjuna would order Krishna. Krishna would follow the order of Arjuna. Although he is a Supreme Personality of Godhead, he acted like your servant. So it's very, very difficult to understand the activities of the Lord. Even Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva could not comprehend, could not understand the activities of the Lord. It is said by Parikshit Maharaj to Shukadeva Goswami, Nonam Bhagavado Brahman Harer Adbhuta Karumna Durvibhavyam Ivabhati Kavibir Chapi Chestidam. Nonam Bhagavado Brahman Harer Adbhuta Karumna. The activities of Lord Hari are Adbhuta, very wonderful. It's inconceivable for common people to understand. There are many kavis, very intelligent people, with a great endeavor. They try to understand the activities of the Lord, but they are not able to understand. Still, they are not able to understand. In spite of their best effort to understand the Lord, they are not able to understand. Then what to speak of ordinary people like us? It's impossible for the common man to understand the activities of the Lord. It's impossible for even Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva to comprehend the activities of Lord Krishna. Then what to speak of ordinary people? It's not so easy. Only by the mercy of Krishna, one can understand the glories of the Lord. Otherwise, it's not possible. Then Narada Muni said to Yudhishthira Maharaj, "My dear Yudhishthira, once long ago, there was a demon, Mayadanava. He reduced the reputation of Lord Shiva. Krishna saved Lord Shiva and his reputation." Maharaj Yudhishthira was very happy to hear about Krishna saving Lord Shiva and the reputation of Lord Shiva, because it's related to the activities of the Lord. Therefore, Yudhishthira Maharaj asked Narada Muni, "My dear Narada Muni, why did Mayadanava reduce the reputation of Lord Shiva? For what reason did he reduce the reputation of Lord Shiva? How did Lord Krishna save Lord Shiva and saved his reputation? Please explain to me. I'm eager to hear." So devotees are always absorbed in hearing about Krishna Katha. If anything is connected to Krishna, they want to hear. So Narada Muni explained to Yudhishthira Maharaj, there is always battle between demons and demigods. The demigods would always conquer over the demons because they are devotees of Lord Vishnu. Once demigods attacked demons, demons were defeated. They went to Mayadanava and took shelter of Mayadanava, the leader of the demons. Then Mayadanava, he constructed 3 residences, which is made of gold, silver and iron. It cannot be destroyed by anybody. Not so easy. He gave to the demons, because the dwellings, that houses, it's like a city flying in the air, plane. It's invisible. The demons entered this airplane, 3 dwellings, and they remained invisible to the demigods. They started attacking demigods. The demons started attacking demigods. They went to upper planet. They started destroying. The demigods were filled with anxiety because they could not attack the demons because they are invisible. Then they were very upset. Finally, the demigods went to Lord Shiva, took shelter of Lord Shiva. "O Master, we completely depend upon you. Please protect us." Then Lord Shiva, after hearing this, "Don't worry, I'll take care." Then took his bow and arrow and shot 3 arrows at the 3 residents of the demons. Lord Shiva destroyed. These demons fell down and died. When Mayadanava saw those demons were dead, he took the dead bodies of demon and went to the well. That well he has created with nectar. And he took the bodies and put in the well. Dead bodies again became active because the demons become very powerful, strong. Then after that, once again, they came to fight. And Lord Shiva saw this. The demons again, they become powerful and they got back their life. He could not do anything. Mayadanava reduced the reputation of Lord Shiva because practically Lord Shiva was defeated. Now what to do? They become very powerful. At that time, Lord Krishna became a cow and Lord Brahma became a calf. Both cow and calf entered the place of where the demons were living, where the well was there. The demons saw the cow and calf entering to their area. They did not forbid them. The cow and calf went and started drinking the nectar. Then Mayadanava saw this. He understood this is the will of providence. Then he told the demons, my dear demons, whatever plan one may make, but whatever one has been destined, that will happen. You make plan, I make plan. But nothing will become successful unless Lord sanctions. So after this, then Mayadanava, after saying this, Lord Shiva saw that nectar is not there now. Then again, equipped with weapons, then destroyed the 3 airplanes, burned to ashes. The demons lost their war. Since then, Lord Shiva was addressed as Tripurari. One was conquered, the one was burnt, the 3 dwellings of the demons. Then after that he was worshipped by demigods set by Lord Brahma. Then we enter the abode of his own abode. So in this way Lord Krishna saved Lord Shiva and his reputation. Once Shukadeva Goswami explaining the Bhagavatam, at the time he narrated the wonderful pastimes. The battle happened between the Yadu dynasty and the demon Shalva. Shalva was a friend of Shishupala. During the time of Rukmini marriage with Krishna, in fact, Shishupala wanted to marry Rukmini. Rukmini was very much interested to marry Krishna. Rukmini's father, Bhishmaka, arranged his marriage with Shishupala because Rukmini's brother, Rukmi, he wanted to give his sister to Shishupala. He was the eldest son, therefore Bhishmaka could not refuse. Although he did not want to give his daughter to Shishupala, nevertheless he was obliged to Rukmini's request. Rukmini sent a letter to Krishna through a Brahmana. Please come and kidnap me. I don't want to marry Shishupala. I have given my heart to you. If you do not come and kidnap me and marry me, I'll give up my life. After hearing this, Krishna came to kingdom of Vidarbha. Then Krishna kidnapped Rukmini in the presence of all the great personalities. So Shishupala's friend Shalva was there. Shishupala also was there. They all came and attacked, but Yadav was defeated. Shishupala and Shalva. Shalva was completely defeated by Yadus. Then he went and told, in the future one day, I will rid of all the Yadu dynasty members, all the warriors of Yadu dynasty. He took a vow that I will kill Krishna. After that, he went to forest. He performed severe tapasya to please Lord Shiva. He was eating only handful of ashes every day. He underwent severe tapasya to please Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva was pleased. And Lord Shiva asked, my dear Shalva, what benediction you want? Shalva said, I wanted an airplane. He did not ask anything. He wanted an airplane which cannot be destroyed. It should be invisible. And it should fly according to my desire. It can fly high altitude, can come on the ground, it can go anywhere at my desire. So Lord Brahma fulfilled the desire of Shalva. Then he went to Mayadanava and asked him to construct the airplane. He constructed very strong airplane. It's like a city. Then after getting the plane, Shalva went to the city of Dwaraka. And he took his soldiers, started attacking the city of Dwaraka, started destroying all the gardens, palaces. At the time, Krishna was not there in this Dwaraka. Krishna was in Hastinapura. During Krishna's absence, Shalva took advantage, started attacking. So from the airplane, he started putting big boulders, big trees, and putting poisonous snakes. So the residents of the Dwaraka were filled with anxiety. When Pradyumna, the eldest son of Krishna, saw the residents of Dwaraka filled with anxiety and danger, he came out along with the armies and started fighting with Shalva's army. Pradyumna defeated the army of Shalva. So all the people appreciated Pradyumna's power. Then later, Shalva started attacking, Pradyumna started attacking. Pradyumna attacked Shalva's commander-in-chief. Then after the commander-in-chief attacked Pradyumna with his mace, Pradyumna lost his consciousness. He fell down. Then his driver took him away, nursed him, and once again he was brought. There was a severe battle. The battle was so severe, anyone who saw the battle filled with wonder, struck with wonder. So when Krishna was in Hastinapura, he came to Yudhishthira Raja's palace for this Rajasuya sacrifice. During this Rajasuya sacrifice, he killed Shishupala. So because he killed Shishupala, Shishupala's friend Shalva became very much envious of Krishna. He wanted to take revenge against Krishna. Therefore, he was attacking. Krishna understood there is a danger in Dwaraka. Therefore, my presence is required. He told Yudhishthira, "No, I have to go to Dwaraka and attend this duty." So he left Hastinapura, went to Dwaraka, and he saw the citizens were in danger. Then immediately he told his charioteer, Daruka, "Please take my chariot to place where Shalva was there." Then I went to the place, and the moment Shalva saw Krishna, he sent his powerful weapon. Krishna broke all the weapons sent by Shalva to pieces. Then finally he took his club, Shalva, and hurled at Krishna. It came and exactly fell at the feet on the left side's arm of Krishna. Immediately, Krishna, Sarangabo, fell from the hand of Krishna. Shalva saw that Krishna has been defeated. He started chastising Krishna. "You foolish Krishna, rascal Krishna, you kidnapped Rukmini in our presence. You kidnapped Rukmini in our presence. And you killed my friend Shishupala when he was absent-minded during Rajasuya sacrifice." People, they glorify your activities. "Now I am going to send you to the abode of Yamaraja. You try to save yourself if you have got strength." Then Krishna started blasting, "You foolish Shalva. Generally, heroes will not talk. Display their skill by weapon. Now let me see." Then Krishna started striking Shalva. Shalva became invisible. Then Krishna tried to see, he could not see Shalva anywhere. Then immediately Krishna saw one messenger coming. And the messenger came and informed Krishna, "Oh Krishna, your father Vasudeva was kidnapped by Shalva and taken away." The moment Krishna heard that his father was taken away by Shalva, was disturbed. He thought, how is it possible? Because Krishna put Balarama as the protector of the Dwaraka, and he came to the battlefield. How is it possible for Shalva to conquer Balarama and take away my father? Anyway, destiny. Then immediately Shalva brought his father, Vasudeva, and said, "Oh Krishna, see your father who has given birth to you. Now I am going to kill him in your presence. If you want to protect, you can protect." Then Shalva took his sword and cut the head of Vasudeva and took the body along with him. The moment Krishna saw his own father was killed in his presence, he started lamenting like a common human being. It's most bewildering. The moment after that, Krishna came to consciousness. This is all illusion, mystical representation created by the Shalva, because he learnt all the mistake from Mayadanava. Actually, it was not his father, Vasudeva, nor the servant or the messenger is a real person. It's simply illusion. Then Krishna took his weapon and attacked the airplane. Somehow the airplane was crashed and fell into the sea. Shalva somehow could manage and jump into the ground. As soon as came to the ground, immediately took his mace, came to attack Krishna. Then Krishna took his weapon and cut off the hands of Shalva, and finally he took his Sudarshana to finish Shalva. So the moment Shalva was killed, all the denizens of the heavenly planet, higher planets, started showering flowers upon Krishna. It started dancing, singing to glorify Krishna's activity. In this way, Lord Krishna performed many wonderful activities to please his unalloyed devotees. Krishna comes to the world to please his devotees. Nothing else. If anyone hears about the glories of the Lord, become free from all the material contamination and become eligible to go back home, back to Godhead. Speaking about Krishna or hearing about Krishna is the only real welfare activity in this world. There's nothing beyond this. Therefore, this Bhagavatam is nothing but the transcendental activities of the Lord in relationship with his devotees. If anyone pays attention to Srimad Bhagavatam regularly, by constantly hearing, one becomes purified and becomes qualified to go back home, back to Godhead. That is the end of this verse. Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.